And welcome into Wilmington, North Carolina. As always, I'm Graham Tuck, bringing you High Point University hockey. I have Charles Crowell with me. It's the Panthers and the Seahawks from here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And the Panthers win the draw to start things off. Egan gets it back from the forward centerman, Tyler Calkins. Egan picks it off at the red line and a chance to break it the other way, but it's going to be picked off by Bobby Brower for the Seahawks. And quickly they'll move the other way. Egan's lost his stick, so he'll try to get off for a change. It's Siggins moving into the zone. He's sealed off by Olsen, but picking it up is Benvenuto. Centering pass for the Seahawks, but it's broken up, and quickly Rob Gazzola the other way. He'll wait for his line mates, Calkins and Nupp, to catch up with him. Calkins puts a shot on, loose in the slot. Rebound chances there, and Nupp is tied up. Whistle still not blown, still loose. Official's going to hit the deck behind the goal. And that's a goal for High Point. Maybe? Nupp was heading back to the bench like he thought he scored. Nope, no goal was the call. I never saw a signal from the official either way.
This is a good job by the Panthers. They're playing on pressure early, which they got to do against a team like this. Good read by Egan and Cazzola down here with the steals as well.
So the first line will go out there for the Panthers now. It's centered by Escala and his wingmates Henry and Johnson. Starting goaltender tonight for the Seahawks is number 1, Josh Rosen. And in net for the Panthers is number 1, Eric Smith. Seahawks into the zone. They're moving in. A quick shot onto Smith, and that'll be patted away. That was a good opportunity from Woodleaf. Still behind the net, and a centering attempt to McDonald is broken up. Johnson makes a man miss. He'll try to dump it out, but it's kept in by the Seahawks. Alexander, he'll put a shot on and unable to be deflected on goal. Cross ice pass, shot from the slot, good pad save by Smith. Rebound chances there, they score. Smith made the first save but couldn't get the skate over to the post quite in time, and it's 1-0 Seahawks early on in this one.
That's a tough break for the Panthers. They got to get that rebound control. Rebound control down pat. It's going to be important against a team like this.
So the Panthers find themselves behind early on after a quick opportunity to take the lead. Nupp was knocking on the door but couldn't capitalize, and now the Panthers have a chance to make something happen. Macheska puts a big hit onto a man in the neutral zone. That one's rimmed around the boards in the Seahawks attacking zone. Christian Kuntz can't clear the zone. Centering passes there, and Padgett lets it skate through the blue paint. And Padgett with a good poke check there. Quick shot on goal, and a glove save made by Eric Smith.
Panthers are playing a little.
Oh, go ahead, Charles.
Panthers are playing a little timid right now. They had an aggressive start, but they got to pick up that pace again. I know the opening goal is usually a pretty tough one, but they got to bounce back.
Face-off will come to Smith's blocker side. Panthers behind 1-0 in the early stages here in Wilmington. The final 2 games of 2021 for the Panthers this weekend against the Seahawks. And that's a shot from the blue line. Olsen's going to take a cross-check from behind right after the play. That was a good shot through traffic from Cameron Traynor. Number 8 you see there on the right side of your screen. Shots on goal already 5-1 in favor of the Seahawks early on, and this is a packed house, as you can see here in Wilmington. Face-off won by the Panthers. Getting into the zone is Cazzola. A quick shot, rebound is there, and it's cleared by the Seahawks. Olsen will get it back into the zone, but it had already cleared the blue line. And this forward line of Calkins, Nupp, and Cazzola creating danger early on. Good play by Egan. He'll leave it for Olsen. He'll start the breakout. Nupp brings it across the line on sides. His shot blockered away by Rosen. But Nupp will pick it back up. This Seahawks team is one that's very physical, and you can see that early on, Charles.
Very physical, but Gazzola had a very nice breakdown here as well. Just got to finish that breakaway.
And we're going to have a whistle here as the puck was played with a high stick by a Panther, and so that face-off will come in the Panthers' defensive end. Earlier today in ACCHL play, the College of Charleston Cougars took a trip to Lynchburg to play the Flames of Liberty, and that one was a very tightly contested game that came down to the final seconds, and it saw the Cougars defeat the Flames by a final score of 4-3. And that is the Cougars' second conference win of the year, boosting them to a record of 2-1 on the season. Panthers currently sit in conference play at 3-4-1. Puck loose in the slot. And that was a good opportunity for the Seahawks. That play's going to be blown dead. What for? I'm not quite sure.
Looks like Eric Smith took a little jab at Umscheid there. Or if he got in his way.
It looks like one of the corner doors might have come open just a little bit. And we're still not quite ready to resume play just yet. Escala set to take the draw. He'll win it to Kondracki, who finds McDonald, his D-man partner. Henry can't put the puck back onto the ice, and the Seahawks will take control in their own end. That's a turnover in the neutral zone, though, and Johnson will wisely send it in from the red line.
And this is a line that produces a lot of goals and chances with Johnson, Henry. We usually see Sean Kelly out here, but he's out with illness, so Marv will have to step up to help this line produce goals.
Moving in on the goal was Tyler Dunphy, but he's tripped up before he could get a shot on. Centering pass from behind the net. That was a good look from Siggins, but it's turned over, and now Ryan Henry the other way. He'll take a spill. And now the Seahawks quickly into the zone. It's led by Brower. Good check that time by Kondracki, but kept in by Umscheid. And we're going to have a call here.
It's like Kondracki was taken down here in the defensive zone.
And it looks like it's going to be icing against the Panthers. That will keep Kondracki from going off the ice. 15:52 left to go here in the first period. Panthers down 1-0 after an early tally from Logan Culbreth. And Escala wins the draw to McDonald, who puts it off the boards to... was trying to find Escala, but instead it'll be picked up by the Seahawks. And now behind the net, centering pass is there, and it can't be settled down on the stick of Coppin. So now McDonald behind his own cage. Mosher in on the forecheck for the Seahawks. That one's turned over in the neutral zone. The Seahawks will get it in. Kondracki being harassed by Sam Coppin. McDonald will seal a man off, and the Seahawks have possession. Good poke check by Macheska, and that will strip his man. He'll rim it around the boards. And now Macheska will pick it back up. Flips it off the end boards, and now the Seahawks will possess it in their own end once again. High Point unable to do much of anything in the offensive end in the first 5 minutes. Spare for one chance in the first minute or so. That one's blocked by Padgett, and the rebound was there, but instead it's picked up at the blue line. That one's blocked in front. Rebound chances there, but it goes wide of the mark. One-timer from Culbreth. Second chances there on the back door. It was Schrock who had an opportunity, but that one will leak out to the blue line. That one is blocked before it gets to Smith. Another block from Macheska. He'll take a hit along the boards. Tries to find Kuntz, but can't quite get it to him. And now the Panthers with a chance to make something happen here on the forecheck. Being Being aggressive are the Panthers early on, but the Seahawks able to get it out. It's possessed by Reef the third. He'll put it around the boards, trying to find Trainer. He'll send it back around. Pageant can't quite settle it. A backhanded opportunity right in front of the crease. Blocker down by Smith. That was a good chance that time for Reef. That one clears the zone, and Smith will glove it down from the neutral zone and hold on for a whistle.
Attention.
Egan rims it around the boards for Nupp. He'll lay it back to Jack Olson. Cazzola gets it from Nupp. Now Nupp into the offensive zone. Nupp for Cazzola on the backhand. A good poke check that time from Brower. Stripped Cazzola of the puck. Loose in the slot, but it's picked up by Reith, and he'll move the other way for the Seahawks. Picked up by Calkins. He tried to find Cazzola. Couldn't quite get it to him. No icing, though. 7 minutes gone here in the first period. No penalties yet. 1 goal up on the board, and it belongs to the Seahawks. Nupp backhands that pass to Calkins, but the Seahawks will put it right back to Nupp. And that pass was intended for Henry. It's picked up. Egan throws a hit along the boards. That puck pops loose, and the Seahawks will send it to the red line where it's picked up by Dakota Johnson. He'll throw it out of play. That one went into the fan section over there where there are a copious amount of UNC Wilmington students. They really packed this building out, Charles.
Indeed, and it looks like one lucky fan's going to go home with a souvenir.
You might see a couple of those here. There's not a whole lot of netting where there probably should be in some places along the ends, near the benches in particular. That faceoff will be at center ice. Pascala's done an excellent job in the faceoff circle so far tonight, and he'll win that one to Henry. Rosen picks it up behind his own net. He'll leave it for his defenseman, Levy. Coppin gets it into the neutral zone. And now Henry with speed the other way. Ryan Henry leaves it for Escala. That's poke checked, and Escala's pinned up against the boards, and now the Seahawks with possession. Couple of turnovers back to back. And now finally the Seahawks will break into their zone. Levy moving in. His backhanded chance is cleared by Kondracki. The save made by Smith. And another pad save made by Smith. That time the shot off the stick of Benvenuto. Picked up at the point by Levy. His point-to-point pass, slap shot pad save by Smith. And that'll leak all the way. Henry's got a breakaway opportunity. Henry with speed moving in. He'll shoot, and it's wide of the mark. Tried to pick a top corner and just couldn't find the mark. Unable to get a shot on goal was Ryan Henry, and now the Seahawks with possession in their own end. They'll break it out. Umscheid. Ooh, a nifty move that time by Benvenuto. He'll try to get it back to Umscheid. That pass picked off by Macheska, and now a 3-on-2 for the Panthers. Kuntz finds Kennedy. He'll take a hit. Kuntz puts a shot on from the blue line, and it's gloved with ease by Rosen.
That was a great breakaway by Ryan Henry earlier. Way to read that play, get some speed going. Just got to finish that breakaway chance.
Well, and he had Kai Levy on his horse to get back in the play on the back check, and I think for that reason he probably shot the puck a little bit earlier than he might have wanted to. But unable to get a shot on goal. 10:59 left in the period, and that faceoff went back to Pageant, who will put a shot on, and it's sticked up into the netting by Rosen. We'll have another draw. Calkins will win that faceoff, but it's turned over. Calkins picks off that pass, though, but his is deflected into the neutral zone. Nupp going in hard on the forecheck. He'll strip a man, and Tyler Feast starts the breakout for the Seahawks. Putting on the brakes that time was Cameron Schrainer. Moving in now are the Seahawks, and that's a good pass breakup that time by Drew Prine. And he'll send it back into the neutral zone. Behind the goal line extended, it's Aiden Pageant. Good little hesitation move by Pageant that time, but it's picked up by the Seahawks. It's center ice, and they'll send it back in. Kennedy will chip that one to the red line. And off sides is Joey Alexander. So we'll have another draw, 10:09 left, and the Panthers have gotten their mojo back just a little bit after falling behind early on.
They're doing a better job watching those centering passes. That's what the Seahawks keep going for. And the Panthers, after that first goal, have now realized that they got to cover that center area. They're doing a great job at it.
And the defense has done an excellent job. Again, on that one goal, it was just rebound control for Eric Smith, who hasn't played in a little bit. 2 weekends ago against the College of Charleston, it was Michael Ohlweiler and Ian Temkin, the two goaltenders. And then 2 weekends before that, it was Ohlweiler and Temkin again against the Naval Academy. So the last time that Eric Smith saw the ice was in October. The Seahawks looking to break out. First period over halfway gone. Egan pins his man up against the boards, and Escala takes a big hit. And he'll shove a man down and do a little jawing after the play. That was a good hit that time by Jack Krosner. Scala will take another hit. Good play by Jack Olson to break up that dangle attempt. And Olson gets sent into the bench, but it looks like Levy tried to do a little bit of injury recovery there. And now Henry is moving back into his zone. He will send it to Egan. Egan takes a hit behind the play, and now he'll move up and lay one of his own at the blue line. A nice little move that time made by Bobby Brower. Went backhand to forehand, but Smith stood tall to the challenge, made the save with the stick. Another opportunity, and that's a good centering pass attempt from Bendetti, but nobody on the back door to clean it up. Seahawks with some good pressure here in the attacking zone. Olson's pass a bit too strong for Egan. He'll skate over and pick it up. Kuntz will deflect it in on the good side of the red line. Now in the corner, it's picked up by a Seahawk. That's Logan Stewart. His pass intercepted by McDonald, and he'll look to break out, but pass is too far out in front of Macheska, and now the Seahawks the other way. Kennedy hauls a man down. The Seahawks with a chance, and a stick save made by Eric Smith. McDonald will chip it around his defender. He has it on his backhand, and a good move will spring him free. A good use of the stick by Shane Mosher will depossess the Panthers, and now in the attacking zone, it's the Seahawks. Moving in, centering pass, good breakup that time by Calkins. Logan Kennedy was in on that play too, and it prevents a good chance for the Seahawks yet again. The defense has looked really good for the Panthers early on. Kondracki's going to take a hit along the corner boards, and a centering pass is broken up by Nupp. It was too far behind the recipient Siggins, and now Calkins with some speed into the zone. Cazzola catches up with him. Calkins, a toe trap, backhanded shot, and it's loose in the slot and picked up by the Seahawks, sent into center ice. That was a dangerous chance created by the speed of Tyler Calkins. And now Nupp and Cazzola with some work to do. Nupp loses it, though. That was Cazzola. And Nupp will pick it up. His stretch pass for Prine is on the mark, and he'll get into the zone. Good vision that time by Paxton Nupp. At the blue line, it's picked up by a Seahawk, and they'll throw it towards Smith, who will glove it away with 6:42 left. Shots on goal, 10-4, now 11-4 in favor of the Seahawks.
This has been a very physical game for both sides, and the Panthers are, that's how they usually play, but with all this physical play, they're going to lose a lot of energy, so they got to keep it up.
Face-off won by the Seahawks. Tyler Dunphy. His pass to the slot was played by a high stick, but no matter as the Panthers are loose, and that pass was too far out in front of Johnson from Aiden Pageant. In the Panthers zone, the Seahawks have possession. It's Siggins and Pageant in the scrum on the boards. And the puck will pop loose where Prine will pick it up. That'll go all the way around back into the Seahawks end. And with 6 minutes left, they'll look to break into the zone. Ryan Henry takes a hit into the boards. Possession still being battled for. It'll be won by the Seahawks in the form of Bobby Brower, who dumps it into the corner. Centering pass is just too far out in front of Logan Culbreth, who was looking for a second of the night. Logan Kennedy sits a man down, and now the Seahawks will not be able to move in as Culbreth had to get back into the zone on sides. Kennedy picks that pass up and leaves it for Egan. Will backhand it. It's intercepted, and now the Seahawks have a 3-on-0 shot. They score. Joey Alexander with the tally for the Seahawks, and it's 2-0 UNC Wilmington.
Defense was playing a little too aggressive on that play. Didn't have anyone back to cover, and that's what caused a 3-on-0.
Looks like it might have been a little bit of a miscommunication on the part of the Panthers that resulted in that play. And that's just simply too easy for the Seahawks. Just over 5 to play left in the period here. The Panthers find themselves down by 2 now. Culbreth and Alexander, the goal scorers for UNC Wilmington. Still waiting for our first penalty of the game. Good stick that time by Smith to break up a chance. It's kept in at the blue line, though, by Stewart. Good diving poke check by Calkins. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Panthers. More Seahawks will join on the back check. That's a good pass break up, though, by Kai Levy, and he'll move into the zone. Levy puts it on goal, and Smith will stick that away, and it'll clear the zone for the Panthers. Panthers really haven't been able to set up in the offensive zone. It's been all UNC Wilmington so far. Good stick that time by McDonald. And he'll get it into center ice where it's picked up by the Seahawks yet again. Olsen in his defensive end will play the puck. Johnson tries to get it to his teammate. That one's loose. It flutters in on the net of Smith, and it'll be picked up on the back door, rimmed around by Jack Crossner. Smith lost his stick, and he'll pick up Dakota Johnson's. And now the Seahawks in their defensive end will play. Under 4 left in the first. That pass deflected at the red line, so no icing. Doing work behind the boards is Umscheid. That's a shot from a sharp angle, and Smith on the rebound. That shot popped up into the air, and able to stumble over and grab it with the glove is Eric Smith, and he'll hold with 3:33 left in the first period. High Point still with only 4 shots on goal so far in the frame.
Good eyes by Eric Smith there. That could have been really unlucky goal for the Panthers, but luckily he's a senior, he's got experience, and he's seen those kind of plays before.
Macheska wins the draw for the Panthers. Kondracki will seal his man off, and Macheska intercepts the pass. Good breakup that time by Kennedy. And CK with it on his stick into the zone. Christian Kuntz has Macheska in the slide. He'll get it to him, and it's too far out in front. That was a good chance there for the Panthers. Kondracki lost it, and now a chance for the Seahawks in that shot. Just wide of the crossbar. Kondracki lost the puck in his skates, and now Macheska has it into the zone. He'll get it to Kuntz. But a good poke check, and now the Seahawks the other way. Pageant with a good defensive play. He'll take a hit. Loses his stick, but The puck still in possession of the Panthers as Macheska. Can't quite find Kuntz, but Kuntz will gain the red line. And that's a penalty coming up against the Seahawks with 2:33 left.
Looks like it was a little bit of a late hit on Kuntz there.
It's going to be a roughing call against Tyler Dunphy for the Seahawks, who went up high on Christian Kuntz, sent him into the boards, and that'll be a power play for the Panthers. Perhaps a chance to make something happen here in the late stages of the first.
And Dunphy very unhappy with that call, but it was the right call. It was a little bit of a late hit, a little high, and now the Panthers have a chance to score.
Power play unit out there is Cazzola, Knupp, Henry, Johnson, and Calkins. Knupp will win the draw to Henry. But the Seahawks will take possession off the boards, and losing the puck for a moment is Logan Stewart. But the Seahawks will get it back, and in the neutral zone, Calkins will pick it up. Finds Johnson, and back to Calkins. He'll start the breakout. 1:40 left on the power play. He'll get it to Johnson. Chips it to Cazzola. Henry throwing a hit along the boards, and Knupp can't keep that one in at the blue line. It'll flutter down towards Eric Smith. He'll play it with the stick and leave it for Johnson. Panthers yet to get a shot on goal in this power play, which is 45 seconds gone. Calkins will dangle and leave it for Johnson. Panthers still trying to get into the zone. The Seahawks will thwart that attempt, and you got to wonder how much time this power play unit has left. 1 minute left on the man advantage for the Panthers. 1:30 left in the period. Knupp gets it into the zone. He's sealed off along the boards. Puck still pinned up against the boards, and finally the Seahawks will clear it all the way down. And on the forecheck, shorthanded, doing yeoman's work is Brendan Umscheid. He'll body off Calkins. And at the blue line, it's picked up by Krosner. His shot, glove save made by Smith, and Johnson will pick it up. 17 seconds left on the power play. Ryan Henry has a Scala with him. Henry moves in. Henry will hold up at the circles. Fires it to Cazzola. 6 seconds left on the power play. Cazzola to Henry. Cross-ice pass. Slapper fanned on by Egan. At the circles. Back to Egan. Man advantage over. Shot is saved. Rebound is there. Still loose, and covering to make the save is Rosen.
Panthers are finally able to set up on those last few seconds of the power play, but it was a little too late. Had a little trouble here in the breakout area as well. A lot of the passes were behind the guy. They just got to lead those passes a little bit more, and they'll definitely create some more chances.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and breakout passes have been a struggle for this team for most of the season. It started to look better in the last month or so, but flashes of the old power play on that man advantage right there. Officially 0 for 1 are the Panthers. Shots on goal now 15-5 in favor of UNC Wilmington. Under 30 seconds left in the period, and the Seahawks with one last chance the other way. The rush led by Traynor. Smith with a stick to put that one off the glass. It's still in the Seahawks attacking zone. Macheska can't clear it. Backhanded shot, still loose in the blue paint. Rebound is there, and it's blocked by Egan. 5 seconds left. Kennedy will dump it out of play, and we'll have a face-off in the Seahawks attacking zone.
Looks like Krosner wanted a penalty there on Jack Olsen. He shoved one of the Seahawks players a little late after the whistle. But looks like now he's not going to get it.
Doesn't look like anyone's going to get a penalty. And Krosner pleading his case. If anything, he might be heading to the box. Nope, just back to the bench. There are 2 seconds left, 2 3/10 according to the clock here in Wilmington. Face off into the center ice area, and that will do it for the first period. At the end of one, the score here is Seahawks 2, Panthers nothing. And we've got the third episode of the Meet the Claw series featuring Garrett Escala, and you won't want to miss it.
I just saw everybody stand up, man. That's what clicked. All right. So it was given to me from my friends back in high school. One day they got bored of my name, I guess, and just decided to call me Marv. And, you know, it just stuck ever since. You know, it was either Marvin or Marv. It definitely means a lot. I definitely miss playing with the boys, you know. Definitely miss just the environment of playing with them, just locker room, outside of it, warming up, and especially in the game to be able to produce and to show what I can do. Because again, I've only played 3 or 4 games because my injury. It's just good to be back.
Welcome back to the Wilmington Ice House here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I am Graham Tuck with Charles Crowell. High Point finds themselves down 2-0 to the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington at the end of the first period. Starting things off in the second with a face-off win, but a turnover. And now a centering pass for the Seahawks is picked off by the Panthers. It'll leak back into the neutral zone. A high-danger chance to start things off just 15 seconds in for the Seahawks, but now Egan looking to break out of the zone. His pass picked off by his numeral counterpart. That's Umscheid. At the blue line, it's deflected in front of the crease by Kyle Siggins, but it goes wide, and it'll go back to the red line. Nupp, who was in on the forecheck, couldn't get a stick to the pass. And now the Seahawks maintain possession in the offensive zone. Cazzola with a good stick. Not quite able to get it out of the zone, though, and now Cazzola will glove it down. He's got a breakaway opportunity. He'll hold up and wait for some friends, and he'll draw a tripping penalty. That one will go against Zach Schrock. It'll be 2 minutes for a trip to number 9 in white, and the Panthers will have their second power play chance of the evening.
Good job by Cazzola, too, bringing the puck in and drawing that penalty. It's going to be a big chance for High Point to score here and try to cut this lead down to 1.
Well, they've got some work to do on the man advantage. They really weren't able to materialize much of anything on that first opportunity in the first period. It came with about 2.5 minutes left, and they didn't get a shot on goal until there were about 5 seconds left on the power play. They start with a face-off win here, though. Second power play line out there right now. Shot from Egan, blocked in front, and clearing the zone is Logan Stewart. The Panthers looking to start the power play unit strong. Egan sealed off on the boards, though, and dumping it all the way down to the other end is Logan Stewart. 18:26 left in the second. And a turnover in the defensive end for the Panthers, and the Seahawks will play keep away. McDonald will throw a hit, so will Egan, and now Escala. With the puck, he'll move with speed into the neutral zone. Escala will hold up. Feed it to McDonald, who tries to find Kennedy, but Stewart breaks up the play. He'll dump it back into the neutral zone, and now Johnson will be in a foot race with Benvenuto. Johnson will get it back, power play halfway over. Dakota Johnson will quarterback the power play. He leaves it for Cazzola. Up the boards, he'll hold up. Henry just couldn't get the skate back across the blue line in time, and that'll be offsides. That is a brutal whistle at a big time for the Panthers. Again, 39 seconds left on the power play and still yet to get a shot off on goal.
Power play struggling tonight. I think they have to work on those breakout passes. There was a good chance by Marv there. Great speed by him, but just got to set up here, and we got to get those chances.
Cazzola will win the draw back to Dakota Johnson with 35 seconds left on the power play. And clearing the zone for the Seahawks is Trainer. 20 seconds left on the man advantage, still without a shot on goal are the Panthers. The penalty kill for the Seahawks has been stellar the first 23 minutes of this game. 10 seconds left until out of the box is Schrock. Across the blue line is Cazzola. He'll dangle. Holds up. Rims it around the boards for Nupp. Schrock is out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. That's a shot on goal and loose in the crease. Rosen will cover it up. That was a good opportunity there for the Panthers, but it came just a bit too late, as with 16:51, we'll have a draw in the Panthers' attacking zone to the blocker side of Rosen. Pageant gets it into the zone at the red line. We apologize as the feed has gone out for a little bit. We'll keep you updated as we try to bring it back. The Panthers have possession in the neutral zone. Christian Kuntz fires a shot off the glass from the blue line. On the far side boards, Macheska will pick it up. He'll move in on the goal, but turn it over to Tyler Dunphy. His stretch pass is caught by Timothy Reith III. He'll move in on Smith, and that's blocked up into the air. It'll be settled down to the ice by the Seahawks, but it will go into the neutral zone where UNC Wilmington will watch it go all the way back to the crease of Joey Rosen. Now moving with the puck is Bobby Brower. Seahawks have it in the attacking zone, but it's picked off by Aiden Padgett, a good defensive play. But Johnson will send it a bit too far down. The arm was up for icing, as now we have our video feedback, and the Seahawks possessing their defensive end. Breakout pass is collected by Zach Schrock. With speed around the goal, his shot can't quite find the corner, and now it'll go all the way back down to the red line. Seahawks were off sides. Touching up is Logan Colbreth. He rims it around the boards, and Johnson will take a hit at the blue line. That looked like it might have been a knee-to-knee collision. The arm is up. That's going to be a penalty call again. It'll go against Schrock. And Dakota Johnson is not getting up.
That's a big loss to this Panthers team. Johnson's on that first line with Henry and Marv, and they usually make a lot of chances, but looks like he's back on his feet, and hopefully he's okay.
Johnson back up to his feet, skating gingerly back towards the bench area. It's 2 minutes up on the board to Zach Schrock. And I believe it will stay at 2 minutes. So it will be the third power play of the evening for the Panthers. They have yet to take a penalty of their own. They're 0 for 2 on the power play as they are still scoreless here against the Seahawks. It's a 2-0 lead for UNC Wilmington. No score yet in the second for either side. It was 2-0 at the end of the first. And the power play will look to rebound here with a face-off to the blocker's side of Joey Rosen. Escala takes the draw, and he'll win it back to Ryan Henry, but he's tied off. At the blue line, it's kept by Calkins. Down to the goal line, it's Cazzola. He'll find Escala. Back to Calkins at the blue line, now Nupp. He'll dangle around his defender, Umscheid. Leaves it for Henry. High slot, it's Calkins. Henry. Cross-ice pass for Escala. He can't get a shot off. He's tied off by Levy. And he'll be sent all the way around the boards. And Calkins will pick it up at his own blue line. That's the best-looking power play we've had so far for the Panthers. 30 seconds gone. Ryan Henry finds Cazzola. His shot, pad save made by Joey Rosen. Will find Henry at the blue line. It's kept in by Calkins. He'll get it to Henry. His shot deflected, and a great glove save made by Rosen. Couldn't tell if that one caught the stick of Cazzola, but one way or the other, a good job by Rosen to see that through traffic and track it into the glove.
And they're definitely a lot more patient on the power play. There's a lot more passing that time. They didn't rush any of their shots, and they can't keep that up. They're definitely going to score if they keep very patient with the puck.
The passing is much more there than it was in the first period. You touched on it at the end when the Panthers couldn't capitalize on that final power play. Kennedy takes it behind the goal line. A minute left on the power play here. Schrock with his second penalty of the period. And that pass too far out in front of Logan Kennedy, but Christian Kuntz will play it back to him in the corner. Kennedy ties up his man along the boards in the corner. Now Kuntz behind the net. He'll leave it for Calkins. He sends it to Egan. His shot blocked in front, but Calkins picks up the rebound. Egan, high slot. He'll shoot it to Kennedy. His shot is blocked again. That's a great block. A couple of blocks by Bobby Brower. And a loose puck in the slot picked up by Egan. Panthers still working on the power play. Logan Kennedy in the corner. 18 seconds left on the man advantage. Kennedy fires a shot. It's a helmet save made by Rosen, and it's kept in by Calkins. Egan picks it up. His shot deflected off the post, it looked like. That was the closest the Panthers have come to scoring since less than a minute into the contest. But still, the penalty will expire, and the Panthers 0 for 3 on the power play. But this one was painfully close to making this a one-goal game. And that one will flutter in on Eric Smith. And Egan's hauled down after the play. We're going to have another penalty coming up. And we'll wait to see who it's on. And it looks like it's going to be on Sean Egan. And they might be sending Jack Krosner too. We'll see if these are coincidental. Egan's in the box. Krosner is too. And this will stay 5-on-5. But I like that call there. I like the coincidental call to keep this game under control. We saw a game get out of control in Charleston because the officials weren't calling those coincidental penalties like that. And it led to players maybe taking the physicality a bit too far.
Yeah, as we remember, Nick Fallon took a very hard hit in that game against Charleston, and the refs had no control of that game. But tonight, these refs, they're getting control of this game early, not letting anything get out of hand. And hopefully the Panthers can make something out of this 4-on-4.
Fine job by the Stripes so far, and you're right, it is a 4-on-4. I guess they ruled that the penalties were not coincidental, and a block by Nupp will spring him free. It's him and Ryan Henry. Paxton Nupp, he'll drop it for Henry, but that pass too far out in front of him, and quickly the Seahawks the other way. Nupp will pick it off in the neutral zone, leaves it for Henry. 12:40 left in the second period. No score yet in this frame, but the Seahawks lead 2-0 off of a couple of goals in the first period. Logan Stewart rims it around the boards, and it's picked up by Kai Levy. Pageant in on the forecheck, and now it's a 2-on-1 for the Seahawks. Back on defense is McDonald, a shot, and they score! Zach Schrock picked the corner and sniped it. He beat Eric Smith high to the blocker's side, and it's 3-0 Seahawks.
Not a lot you can do on that play if you're Eric Smith. It's just a good shot by Schrock there, and good speed by him, too, to get into the offensive zone.
And that wasn't even necessarily bad defense from Sean McDonald trying to get on the back check in a situation where he was outnumbered. It was a 2-on-1 in favor of the Seahawks. And there's a lot of open ice here in that 4-on-4, which has 1:19 left. And it sees the Seahawks go up by 3. Quickly with speed, Rob Cazzola moving in, and his shot is swallowed up by Rosen for a whistle. And now the Panthers will have an offensive zone draw. And this is a good opportunity for them to get some pressure going here. 12:12 left to go in the period. 1:14 left in 4-on-4 play. Pageant, his shot blocked. That's a great play. Made by 88 and White. That's Benvenuto. Behind the goal, it's Cazzola. He'll cut back the other way. Centering pass, and it's broken up by Trainer. He was trying to find Calkins. Pageant gets it down to Cazzola. In the corner, he'll lose it. And now the Seahawks the other way. Benvenuto. 50 seconds left in the 4-on-4. His shot blocked. Rebound chance is there, and it's sent wide of the crease. Pageant will backhand it around the boards. It's picked up at the blue line by the Seahawks. And a turnover, and now Calkins the other way. Calkins gets it to Macheska. He's in on sides. No off, and after the whistle, Macheska's going to take a hit. And we'll have a whistle now with 11:25 left to go in the period. 3-0 Seahawks after the tally from Zach Schrock.
Let's look at discussion here with the referees at mid-ice.
Macheska, Kondracki, McDonald, and Escala, the 4 on the ice for the Panthers with 27 seconds left until Egan and Krosner are released from the box. 18-10 the shots on goal in favor of the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington. Behind the cage of Smith, it's Kondracki. He'll find Macheska. Tries to get it to Escala, but can't quite get it to his teammate, and now the Seahawks the other way. 4-on-4 period is over, and the Seahawks are offsides just as those penalties expire with 10:57 left to go in the second period.
An interesting setup, actually, with the Panthers on this 4-on-4. They had 3 forwards and 1 defenseman out there. Usually you see a traditional 2-and-2, but definitely a necessary game plan to go with in a game like this when they're down 3-0.
Exactly, and this is the kind of game where you need to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to, stay competitive. You don't want to let this get out of hand because, as we saw 2 weekends ago in Charleston, if a game like this gets out of hand against a team that is as physical as High Point and UNC Wilmington are, especially when in an environment like this where the fans are getting rowdy, you never know what can happen. And High Point would like to stay on the right side of things here. Here's an opportunity for the Seahawks, and a good glove save made by Smith. That was a great pass that found Joey Alexander, and his shot was unable to beat Smith to the glove side. That is one thing about Eric Smith. It is going to be very, very tough to ever beat him on that glove side. He's got a great glove on him.
He's got quick reactions, and but good play by Strock there to find the captain for the Seahawks, and almost had another goal there.
But Smith took it away. And now the Seahawks behind their attacking goal. Calkins with a takeaway, and now he'll move it up along the boards with speed. He'll try to dangle around Logan Stewart, but he lost control. And now Cazzola in on the forecheck. He's able to strip it away from Levy. Cazzola trying to body off 2 Seahawks. He'll do the first part of that job, but not the second. And the arm is up, no icing. They'll say it was deflected, and Egan back to get it with under 10 left in the second period. Egan bodies off his forechecker, but a second one joins the fray. That's Timothy Reith III. And now Jack Olson will have to clear the zone for the Panthers. He'll try to rim it around the boards for Egan. Hit put onto him. Now Levy and Henry in a scrum. Levy bodied off by Olson. Egan stands his man up behind the net. And now the Panthers will try to break it out now. It's Jack Olson. He'll find Nupp at center ice, but it's turned over. Egan leaves it for Calkins, and now Henry will put it into the attacking end. It's picked up by Logan Stewart. Jack Olson will put it into the zone. Ryan Henry not able to get back on sides before he touched that puck, and we'll have a whistle with 9:06 left to go.
Good to see Dakota Johnson back out there after taking that brutal hit earlier.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And reminiscent of the Nick Fallon hit 2 weekends ago. He didn't make the trip, but Fallon took a brutal knee-to-knee hit in that series against College of Charleston. He didn't even miss a shift. It certainly looked like he might have missed multiple games. Fortunate to see Johnson do the same here as he'll backhand that one up and out of play. And we'll have another face-off, 8:50 left to go here in the second period. Over halfway through this one, Charles, what do you think that High Point needs to work on if they're going to get on the scoreboard here?
Like I said earlier, those breakout chances need to be a lot better, especially here in neutral zone, like I mentioned, leading those passes, and better puck control too. I feel like the Panthers aren't really taking their time, finding who's open, just keeping their head up. You got to find that open man. There's always opportunities. Just make those smart passes and getting those shots on net.
And shots on net have been a struggle for the Panthers so far tonight. They've only got 10 shots on goal halfway through this contest, and part of that is due to the great shot blocking of the Seahawks. There's been a couple of series where the Seahawks have just gotten out and blocked a ton of shots on a same possession as now. They have a 3-on-3 rushing into the zone, but a good breakup by Prine, able to thwart that opportunity, and now Pageant. He'll lead the break in for the Panthers. Pageant moving with speed. He'll get around a man, but played by Rosen. Pageant darting through the crease. He'll leave it for a teammate. Escala picks it up. Physicality ramping up a little bit here. And Prine unable to keep it in at the blue line. He'll set things back up with Kondracki. No icing. And back to play it for the Seahawks is Tyler Feast. Cameron Traynor gains the red line, tries to dump it in, but it's sent into the Seahawks bench. And Traynor's going to give a little look to Macheska after the play. 7:33 left to go here. Again, a 3-0 lead for the Seahawks. And for High Point, they knew coming in that this was going to be a tough contest. This is a really good UNC Wilmington team. They're a team that beat the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. They beat Elon 5-0. And they played tight with Virginia Tech, who was ranked in the top 20 in the M2 rankings of ACHA.
And their division is not a cakewalk. They have, obviously, like you mentioned, Chapel Hill, and also State is also in that division, and they're a really, really good team.
Yeah, NC State is not only a ACCHL powerhouse, but a national powerhouse. They're ranked number 1 in the country. And they put a beating on UNC Chapel Hill this past Monday at PNC Arena in Raleigh. And that's loose in the slot, and it's batted up into the air. That was a dangerous play and a dangerous scoring opportunity for the Seahawks, but unable to capitalize on it. And with 6:56 left, we'll have a draw.
Great job there by Smith to stay alert. That was a very dangerous chance, like you mentioned, and could have gone a lot worse for the Panthers there.
Smith has always been one that's very good at keeping track of the puck when it goes up into the air. He's not afraid to poke a blocker out, snag a puck with the glove out of the air. It's one of his strengths, really. Cazzola gets around a couple of Seahawks, and he's sat down. That's a big hit put on by Zach Schrock. And now moving the other way are the Seahawks. And a good pass break up that time by Calkins. He'll hit the ice, no call. He wanted one, though. And now a scrum along the corner boards. Chance for the Seahawks. Centering pass. It's loose. They score. Great vision on that play by Joey Alexander to find Bobby Brower for the 4th goal of the evening for the Seahawks. And it's 4-0.
Panthers defense there wasn't quite spread out. Everyone seemed to be to the left of Eric Smith there. There wasn't really anyone guarding Brower there.
And that was the case where, you want to stick up for your guy. We mentioned Calkins hits the ice. He feels there should have been a call. There wasn't. And because of that, the physicality picked up a little bit, and the team overchases in the corner trying to get control of the puck, and it leaves Brower all alone on the back door to put that one home. Now moving with speed is Levy, and his shot is a stick save made by Eric Smith. And he'll put that one out of play. That could have very easily been a quick 5th goal for the Seahawks, and looked like a little bit of extracurricular activities after the play.
It looks like Schrock got in the face of Johnson there a little bit. But ref broke up real quick. And like you said earlier, refs have a lot more control today compared to the Charleston game we saw.
That puck will leak into the neutral zone. Henry will contain it, then hold up and start to set up. 6 minutes left in the second. Johnson will find Henry. He's in on sides. His shot blocked by Stewart, but Henry will pick it back up. Loses control for a moment, and Stewart will come away with it. His tape-to-tape pass for Mosher. And now Padgett will break a play up and sit a man down at the blue line. Turnover, Kennedy trying to move around Levy. Kennedy in on the goal. His shot, shoulder save made by Rosen, and it'll go up into the netting and out of play. That was a shot from a sharp angle for Logan Kennedy. And it would have been the work of a magician if he had found a way to put that in the back of the net.
This is a good job by the Seahawks defense. They're making Rosen's night a lot easier with these block shots, covering their man, and spacing out the defensive zone.
Macheska set to take the draw for the Panthers. High Point only running 3 forward lines tonight. And the third of them is out there right now. It's Kuntz, Macheska, and Logan Kennedy. Henry Grill and Alex Brown are also dressed for the Panthers should they need a little bit of depth later on, either tonight or tomorrow. That game starting at 4:30. Seahawks start the breakout. Macheska will glove it down at the blue line. Had to wait for Kennedy to touch up, though. Seahawks have a 3-on-2 potentially, but Prine will break it up, send it to center ice, and it's picked off that time by Umscheid. Kuntz in on the forecheck. That pass too far out in front of the Seahawks. Siggins. And we'll have a whistle here. Looks like icing as they're telling Christian Kuntz that he cannot go off for a line change.
This line's been out here for quite some time now. They're all exhausted, so hopefully we can get a change here next few minutes or seconds for these Panthers.
4:33 left to go. And it wasn't an icing, as the puck was blown dead on that end of the ice. But it is a defensive zone draw for the Panthers. A couple of men hit the ice. Logan Kennedy, one of them. But the Panthers able to clear the zone. And now Macheska has to rush for it. But winning the race to the puck is Dunphy. And Brower, the most recent goal scorer, will start things on the breakout for the Seahawks. 4:10 left to go in the second. 2 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second. And it's created a 4-goal lead for the Seahawks. 4 minutes left here in the period. And number 4, Dunphy, will put it off the boards around McDonald. Dunphy in the corner, still with the puck. And a good hit that time by McDonald will cause him to lose it momentarily, but at the blue line, it's Bendetti. His shot doesn't find the crease of Smith. And Cazzola will body off a hit, and that puck gets all the way back down into the neutral zone. No icing. Cazzola rushing hard on the forecheck. Brower harassed by Nupp. He'll find his man. And McDonald will put it off the boards. Nupp picks it up. He's sat down at the blue line. And that'll thwart a one-on-one opportunity for the Panthers. Cazzola can't stop that pass. Calkins keeps it at the blue line, though. And Nupp in a tie-up with Bendetti. The Seahawks have it in their end of the ice with 3 minutes left. At the neutral zone, the Seahawks possess it. It's turned over. Paxton Nupp plays it off the boards to Ryan Henry. He has Tyler Calkins with him. And he'll turn it over behind the Seahawks net. It's taken by Logan Colbreth. Schrock gets it into the neutral zone. It's picked up off the boards. Schrock still has it. Moving in on the backhand. His shot goes off the end boards. Didn't find the crease of Eric Smith. It's turned over, and putting his pass off the boards is Ryan Henry. And now in the Seahawks attacking end, it's a turnover. Calkins moving around a man. Ryan Henry stays on side. Calkins can't get a shot on goal. It goes off the back of the cage. Levy plays it off the end boards to Stewart. And now Schrock the other way. 2 minutes left in the period. Schrock. Play broken up. Loosen the crease and they'll score. The 5th of the evening for the Seahawks. It's Joey Alexander on a rebound opportunity. 1:51 left in the period, and it's 5-0 Seahawks.
Schrock has been a huge X factor for the Seahawks tonight. You saw him there drive to that right corner and a quick pass to the captain there for the Seahawks, and then from there it was just chaos for Smith, and he couldn't quite get a hold of it. And that extends the Seahawks' lead.
$1:51 left to go in the period. We are trying to get that camera back up and working as soon as we can. Macheska in on the forecheck. The face-off won by the Seahawks, and they'll start to break out. Another opportunity for the Seahawks on the doorstep, but that play broken up by a Panther. It looked like Kuntz who was in on that play. Logan Kennedy hits the ice, no call. And now Macheska in on sides, but it's broken up by the Seahawks. Eganoff for a line change, and Jack Olson will have to hustle back to get that puck. He'll hold up with 71 seconds left in the period. Panthers looking a bit tired out there. They need this period to wind down. Seahawks doubling up the Panthers in shots on goal. It's 22-11 as now there's less than a minute left in the period. Shot from Andrew Prine in the offensive end will go off the end boards. And now the Seahawks quickly the other way. 40 seconds left. Intercepted in the neutral zone by Macheska. Near side boards. It's a scrum, and Christian Kuntz will come away with it. He's all alone in the offensive end. He'll lose the puck. It's taken by Benevenuto. That pass turned over by the Seahawks. It's picked up by Calkins, and now he'll turn it over. A quick slap shot was blocked by Aiden Pageon, and he'll pick it up and take it the other way. 11 seconds left in the period, and that shot will ramp off a stick and off the glass. 10 seconds left. One last chance for the Panthers. Nup shot from the blue line is blown down. That'll be a hand pass with half a second left on the clock. So it'll be a face-off and then to the locker rooms for all intents and purposes.
Great speed there by Pageant, trying to create some chances. He has a lot of speed for a defenseman, and he doesn't get a lot of puck touches, but when he has that puck, he has great control, and he's able to create some plays.
Puck is dropped, and that'll do it. Second period comes to a close, and it's 3 more goals on the board for the Seahawks. 2 more power play opportunities for the Panthers, and they can't capitalize, and that will do it for the second. It's a 5-0 lead for the Seahawks as we head to the third. We'll be back after this. Back here at the Wilmington Ice House, I'm Graham Tuck with Charles Crowell, bringing you High Point University hockey. The Panthers and the Seahawks from Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a 5-0 deficit for the Panthers. Not the way that they wanted this one to go so far through 40 minutes of play, but Charles, they've got 20 minutes left to get something good out of this contest.
Yeah, definitely. And they were a little exhausted in that second period, which I don't blame, but hopefully they're refreshed and they can put a goal up, hopefully, in these last 20 minutes.
High Point has not been shut out so far this season.
Although they have shut out Navy.
They did do that. Ian Temkin with the shutout win, 3-0 in that game. That was a fun one to be there for. And the Panthers start the third period with some good possession. Olsen will chip that pass off of a defender unintentionally, and Calkins into the zone with some speed. Cazzola finds Olsen, back to Calkins on the back door, but it's just out of his reach. Couldn't get a shot on goal. That was some great tic-tac-toe passing by the Panthers. And Jack Olsen coming up from his defense position with some great vision. That's a good play from 44 in black.
It is, and that's one of the better passing plays we've seen tonight by this Panthers offense.
Yeah, that it is. That was a dangerous chance, and if Calkins is able to catch that pass on the tape, he is definitely putting that one home. But just unable to do so. The Seahawks with control. They'll move into the zone. Backhanded shot. It's off the side of Smith's crease, and that one will be deflected by Henry. It's picked back up by the Seahawks in the form of Benvenuto. And now Henry with a breakaway chance. His shot off the glove of Rosen. That was a good opportunity for the Panthers. That's the second time that Ryan Henry has had a breakaway. Able to get a shot on goal this time. Kondracki gets skated by, and a shoulder save made on that opportunity by Eric Smith, and he'll cover it up for a draw. Face-off won by the Seahawks, and now Henry with another opportunity the other way. He won't be able to get around his man, though, and it'll be picked back up by Kai Levy. Stretch pass for the Seahawks is in front of Alexander, and it's cleared of the zone by McDonald. Alexander picks it back up, though. He'll bring it in. A good poke check by Kondracki will send it across the blue line, and now Escala has it. He'll move in and be tied off by Alexander. Reith got a touch to it, and now it's into the Seahawks attacking zone. But High Point clears the zone, It's caught up in the feet of Escala, who was getting off for a line change. And that puck up into the bench of UNC Wilmington and out of play. So we'll have a draw. Face off in the neutral zone in front of the UNC Wilmington bench. And it's won by the Seahawks. Logan Kennedy puts a hit on in front of the Seahawk bench at the blue line, gets the puck in on sides. Kennedy in the corner, throwing another hit around. Puck comes loose from the corners, and now it is a 3-on-2 for the Seahawks. And on the back check is Macheska, and that shot fired. It'll be a blocker save made by Smith. A pad save, I should say. And now Macheska comes away for the Panthers. He'll dust a man. And moving in now, it's a 2-on-2. Macheska. He'll try to center it for Kuntz. Didn't have enough on the pass, though, and it's broken up by the Seahawks. 3 minutes gone here in the third. Christian Kuntz, he'll fire a shot on. And Rosen will swallow that up And we'll have a face-off in the Panthers attacking zone with 16:39 left.
Good rip by Kuntz there. I think the Panthers right now, they're just looking to finish this game strong. Obviously this is a very tough comeback for them with about 16 minutes left in this game. So I think they're going to try to finish strong, try to get a goal up on the board, and then hopefully come back refreshed tomorrow and hopefully ready to play then.
Cazzola tries the backhanded pass for Nupp, but he put it behind him, and now the Seahawks the other way. Gaining the red line and dumping it in on Smith, and he'll glove it down, melt it for a face-off. With 16:26 left on the clock here. 23-13 shots on goal in favor of the Seahawks. Olsen collects the puck off the face-off win for the Panthers, but turning it over is Nupp, and that'll go into the corner. Sean Egan rims it around the boards, and now springing free, Nupp. He'll chip it into the zone, but unable to get around his man, Levy. Nupp will hit the deck. And now Levy setting up the breakout. He'll put it around the boards for his teammate, that's Woodleaf. First time we've called his name tonight, with 15:50 left in the third. Cazzola, centering pass on the backhand. Paxton Nupp stripped of possession by Levy, and he'll fire it all the way around where Egan will pick it up. At the top of the circles, he'll send it back down to Nupp. Puck squirts under his tape, and now the Seahawks have it. Moving across the blue line and the red. Holding up is Stewart. He'll wait for the line change to finish up for the Seahawks. At the red line, touched by Mosher. It'll get into the zone, and a shot on goal. Save made by Smith. That was a quick shot off the stick of Kyle Siggins. Now moving with the puck is Umscheid. And a shot on the one-timer. Wide open in the slot was Benevenuto. And it goes wide off the inboards. No shot on goal there. Egan will play it back to Jack Olsen. Backhanded pass for Johnson. He'll spring Ryan Henry. Got a touch on it, but it's turned over. Benevenuto unable to get around Jack Olsen, who's played a pretty good game so far. Olsen will kick it free and tie up Benevenuto. Stretch pass for Henry off the boards. Arm is up for icing, but Henry's going to win the race. It'll be played by Rosen. Henry in on the forecheck, and he won't be able to get to that before the Seahawks will poke it loose. Escala along the boards. Unable to win that one-on-one, and now the Seahawks possessing the attacking end, and that's going to be a high stick that will get that play called back. And we'll have a face-off with 14:25 left to go in the third.
Good dump in by the Panthers on this near board here to Ryan Henry. He's got to keep that head up and collect that pass and then hopefully create a chance for these Panthers.
And you were exactly right at the start of the period when you said that the Panthers team just looked tired at the end of the second, and they've come out in the third and they haven't really looked tired, and that's impressive when you're playing against a team that is in a higher division for you. As now that's a quick shot and was looking for a deflection. In front was Schrock. A dangerous opportunity there for the Seahawks. Schrock still has it. And a shot is blocked by Henry. Seahawks with some good offensive possession, but the Panthers skating with the Seahawks here with high intensity, still down by 5. And that shot will go off the glass and rim all the way back down to the net of Joey Rosen. And Kennedy is going to get lucky there. Nope, the arm is up, and there'll be a penalty on Logan Kennedy. We'll see what the official call is, but he laid a hit from behind out of the play onto Logan Colbrief, and that's the first penalty against the Panthers so far tonight. And it's going to be a hit from behind against Logan Kennedy, so the Panther penalty kill will have to do its job for the first time tonight.
That's definitely a positive the Panthers can take away from this game. They've been very disciplined. They haven't given up any dumb penalties. And they've actually been pretty – obviously the first two power plays weren't ideal. The third one actually went pretty well for the Panthers. And then now this is only – like you said, this is the Seahawks' first power play at night. And that's pretty good. That's a good outlook for the Panthers to have.
And it's a shame that the Panthers' power play hasn't gotten another opportunity to show what it can do, because that third opportunity, you were right, it was clicking in the second period. And – unable to get a goal on the board, but plenty of opportunities there for the Panthers Just couldn't capitalize on it, and they haven't drawn a penalty since. 2 minutes on the board to Logan Kennedy. And now the power play starts for the Seahawks. A shot from the slot. Pad save Smith. Another pad save made by Smith. And clearing the zone for a moment is Sean Egan. Couple of stellar saves made by number 1, the Purple Superman. Umscheid. Cross ice pass. Levy looking for a second. He scores.
What a pass by Umscheid to that cross crease. And another great goal by the Seahawks offense.
6-0. UNC Wilmington on top. The power play tally by Levy. That's his second of the game. And it comes with 12:59 left here in the third. And as you mentioned, Umscheid really set that play up. It was a great cross-ice pass. Able to see Levy, who had plenty of time to set up and fire, sniping the water bottle for the 6th goal of the night for the Seahawks, who are looking for a 7th. That's a centering pass that's broken up by Prine. He lays it for Johnson, but too far out in front. Prine will pick it back up. This time he has Johnson, and his stretch pass for Henry is broken up. Escala tried to get it to him yet again, but Henry was offsides, and so that will go down for icing.
And like I said before, Marv is very new to this, Johnson and Henry line, so he's still trying to adjust to the team chemistry and the line chemistry. But that was still a good look by Scala, and never missed chance by the Panthers. But it's just all about working on that chemistry.
Seahawks win the draw. That shot blocked by their own man in front, and that one's going to go way out of play, off the speaker and into the student section over there near the High Point bench. Face-off will stay in the Seahawks attacking zone. 12:29 left to go here. Shots on goal, 27-13 in favor of the home team, the Seahawks. And these two teams will be right back at it here from the Wilmington Ice House at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. That one blocks up into the air, still loose in the crease. Smith down and out. He'll cover it for a face-off. Smith making a series of spectacular saves there to keep that puck out. A great job there by number 1. Made the first save with the inside of the pad. And then it blocked up and was lucky that nobody for the Seahawks was able to bat it in. But as mentioned, 4:30 p.m. tomorrow for the second game between these two teams. And now Escala springs free. He finds Henry. It's a 2-on-2 for the Panthers. That pass from Henry for Escala a bit too far out in front. He had his stick tied up anyway. Now Johnson will pick it off. It's turned over, and the Seahawks moving the other way, and Prine will pick it up in the defensive zone. Johnson reels it back in, but Macheska seals a man off for the Seahawks. Now the Panthers have it in their defensive end. Prine moving with it, trying to start the breakout. That's off the skate of Logan Kennedy, and the Seahawks will pick it up. 11:22 left to go here. Stretch pass picked up by Trainer. He's moving in, and a sliding pad save made by Eric Smith. Good job that time to keep that goal out. And now Ryan Henry with another opportunity. The other way with speed. Has Kennedy and Macheska with him. Puck rolls up on him, and the Seahawks will take possession. Ryan Henry has been in the middle of a lot of dangerous plays so far for the Panthers, but hasn't been able to score on any of them. Ryan Henry will throw that one into the glass and out of play off the netting. And so we'll have a draw in the Panthers' defensive end. 10:47 left to go. And shots on goal are now 30-13 in favor of the Seahawks. Face-off won by the Panthers, but it's turned over. Moving in, a pad save made by Smith. and he'll cover it up. That was a quick opportunity for Kyle Siggins. Looking to get on the board. And now for the Panthers, Charles, we can start looking forward to this game tomorrow where Michael Ohlweiler will be in net. And hopefully this will be a team with some fresh legs and a chance to get a couple of points on the weekend. Of course, they won't count for conference standings, but a win in the books is nice to have one way or the other.
Absolutely. And Ohlweiler has been a very consistent goalie for the Panthers. He's always, he's a big body, and he always covers up that net very well. And hopefully the Panthers can get 2 points tomorrow. Like you said, hopefully they come back refreshed, ready to play. And this is a tough team to compete against. Like you said, they're the division above us. Won't count for conference play, but a win against this team can be a very good statement. Exactly,
and that's how it was when the team beat UNC at UNC in September. 8-7 was the final score, and it was a statement win. It's the best win of the year so far for this Panthers team, as that one came down to the wire. They were down 5-1 and ended up coming back to win that one, as mentioned, 8-7. And now Egan with an opportunity in the offensive zone, but he's bodied off by a couple of Seahawks, so that'll break up that chance. And after tomorrow, the Panthers won't have another game until January 14th. That's a Friday. It'll be at 3 p.m. on Martin Luther King Jr. Day weekend in the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Will be on hand for that game. And then later that weekend, it will be a Sunday clash against the Elon Phoenix in Hillsborough, North Carolina.
Yeah, the Wake Forest hockey team is no stranger to this Panthers hockey team. We faced them a few months ago, and then a draw, actually. Both teams decided not to do a shootout. But hopefully this next time around we can, put some offense up, play some solid defense. Our goalies don't think we'll have a problem with them.
That's a good move by Roach, and now the penalty arm is up. Centering pass broken up by McDonald, and Johnson touching up. And we're going to have a hooking call against the Panthers. Sorry to cut you off there, but a high danger chance for the Seahawks. Moving in on the goal of Smith. That was Reith who drew the call.
Absolutely. And the Seahawks offense, even though they're up 6-0, they're not showing any signs of slowing down.
Not at all, and they're trying to keep the pedal to the metal here, and you can see it's paying off. And now they're going to have another power play opportunity. But talking about Michael Ohlweiler, who's getting the start tomorrow for the Panthers, he got his first win just 2 weekends ago against the Cougars of College of Charleston, and Johnson is going to send a man to the ice. No call there. Moving in on the power play, and a shot on the back door. Smith makes the save, and that one trickles in. They score. It's the second consecutive power play goal for the Seahawks. This time it's scored by Cameron Plants. It took him 4 shots to get that one in the back of the net, but it did go in, and it's 7-0 Seahawks. 9:21 left in the third, and this one is over.
It looks like Eric Smith wasn't expecting that first shot. It was like kind of a change up there, kind of an off-speed shot. And that second one kind of did a little rainbow over his shoulder and into the back of the net. And that's the 7th goal for the Seahawks.
But as we mentioned, talking about Michael Ohlweiler tomorrow, it's hard to believe that his first win was just 2 weeks ago. The way that he's played this season, he's been very deserving of a win. And it was good to see him get that one against the Cougars in such a big game. One that was very physical. The Panthers never trailed, and it came down to the wire. Ohlweiler does have an overtime loss to his record, as well as that tie against Wake Forest. The overtime loss coming in conference play against the Pirates of ECU. And the arm is up, and we'll have another penalty up against the Panthers. It looks like this one's going to be against Christian Kuntz.
It's like a bit of a roughing penalty there on Kuntz. He hit one of the Seahawks players pretty hard there in that right corner in the offensive zone. And I think the Panthers' offense just seems a little bit rattled. Obviously you're down 7-0, about 8 minutes left in this game, and you're ready to go home. It's a late night. I think, like I said before, I think the team is ready to go back to their rooms, get some sleep, and then come back tomorrow refreshed and ready to play.
And bus legs have been an issue before for this Panthers team. That game that ended up being a win for Michael Ohlweiler was the first time on a weekend series that the Panthers have performed very, very well in the first game. As now the Seahawks power play has an opportunity. Backhanded shot goes wide of the post off the stick of Tyler Dunphy. That was very nearly the 8th goal. Actually, I take that back. The team did perform particularly well against the Naval Academy in the late stages of that first game, but although they led for the vast majority of that game, if not the entire game, if my memory serves me correctly, is there's another chance for the Seahawks, but unable to get a shot on goal on this power play, and the Scala will clear that one back down with under 8 to play and a minute left on the power play.
But like you mentioned, bus legs are a real issue for this Panthers hockey team, and in general, bus legs can really drain your energy. You get off the bus, you're tired, you're exhausted, you just want to lie down for a few minutes and sit down, but then you're immediately off to the rink for your first game, and it could be an issue sometimes.
That's exactly how it was today. And particularly for this Panthers team that hasn't played a home game in over a month. Bus legs are going to be an issue. This is the 3rd straight weekend road trip where the team has stayed overnight on location, and the 4th consecutive team that they've played on the road. This weekend against the Seahawks, 2 weekends ago against the College of Charleston, 2 weeks before that against the Naval Academy, and then at the tail end of October there was that road game against Virginia Tech.
It's been a long road trip for this Panthers hockey team, but like you said, in January we'll be a little bit closer to home. It'll still be a away game, but we'll be back at the Annex, environment that this Panthers team is familiar with, and hopefully we come back refreshed from Christmas break and hopefully get some wins.
Wake Forest is definitely a team that the Panthers are going to want to get out there and compete with after they drew the first time they played. Elon, a team that High Point has beaten before. And then also on the schedule in 2022, a weekend series on the road against the Liberty Flames. That'll be the last road trip for the Panthers at the tail end of January as Alex Brown gets it into the attacking zone, puts it on goal. But it's sticked away by Joey Rosen. And now in the neutral zone, the Panthers will pick it up in the form of Ryan Macheska. So Wake Forest, Elon, Liberty on the schedule in January as that shot goes wide of Eric Smith's crease. And then in February, it'll be a weekend series against Coastal Carolina that will finish off the conference schedule for the Panthers. Those games, Super Bowl weekend, February 5th and 6th at home. That was a nice move made by Joey Alexander, and the shot on goal put on by Colbreth, but unable to capitalize with 5.5 left. That one's wide of Smith's crease. Seahawks still putting on pressure now. From the blue line, that shot pad save made by Smith. Rebound is there, and unable to get that one through the 5-hole was Schrock, and Smith covers up. He'll make the stop with 5:23 left. Those 2 games against Coastal Carolina will be the penultimate of the season, and the final game will be another home game against the University of North Carolina of Charlotte on February 12th. And that will do it for the Panthers until the ACCHL tournament comes around in late February.
Yeah, speaking of that Coastal Carolina series, that's going to be a pretty tough one for the Panthers considering that Coastal actually won the tournament last year.
And that was a tournament that consisted of Division II and Division III teams that year. Radford, East Carolina, Tennessee, High Point, Coastal Carolina, and Liberty were the 6th in that tournament. And at the time, Coastal was in the 2nd division. Coastal Carolina Division II a year ago. But they've since dropped down to M3 with their rivals, the Liberty Flames. And those 2 teams split their series 2 weekends ago. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Liberty playing a weekend series against College of Charleston this weekend. And the Cougars took the first game on the road in Lynchburg at the LaHaye Ice Center by a final score of 4-3. That shot unable to be deflected in front by Mosher. It was a good attempt by Feast, and now Henry was out in front of the play. He deflects it in. No, he did not. The arm is up. It's icing. 4:07 left to go. But for the Panthers, this game, obviously you want to win anytime that you have an opponent in front of you and you have a game on the schedule. You want to go out there and compete to win, but this game against the Seahawks, not nearly as important as the ones against the Liberty Flames and the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina will be.
Right, and you want, for those games, obviously division games, very important towards the end of the season. That's where you got to start making some pushes. You got to start playing, all you have out there on the ice. And when that time comes, hopefully the Panthers, they got to step up their game. They got to work on a few things, but I'm sure this team can, piece together some effort and some practice, and hopefully they can make a good push towards the end of the season.
And that'll be touched up by the Seahawks. We're going to get another penalty here. The Panther power play is going to get that opportunity that we talked about a couple of minutes ago. It's going to be a holding call against Jack Krosner. Second time he's been to the box tonight. It'll come with 3:47 left. It's a 2-minute minor as we have now passed midnight Eastern time here. Officially Saturday morning here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and the power play is going to get their fourth chance of the night turned early morning here. The first two did not look good at all, and the third it did look pretty strong, I should say. We'll see if the fourth can get the first goal on the board here for the Panthers. That shot from Johnson is a pad save made by Rosen. Was looking for a deflection, perhaps. That one's loose in front off the stick of Cazzola. And now Johnson giving chase in his own zone. And Johnson's going to draw a penalty here. And Johnson looks like he's going to be sent off.
He is not happy with that call. You could see actually here on the close boards, him and Schrock were actually having a few words as they were skating together down here in the ice. And looks like they're not happy with each other at all. But Johnson's going to go off, and we're going back to a 4-on-4 power play here.
I saw the motion that Johnson was being sent to the locker room. Oh, goodness. It looks like he and Henry both are going to go. This is going to be a 4-on-3 power play for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think Henry was actually had a few words for Schrock as well after that play. So looks like the refs don't want this game to get out of hand here at the end.
It's a tripping call against Johnson and a misconduct against Henry. And that will put the Seahawks on the power play. It is 4-on-3 for the next minute and 39. That is, of course, unless the Seahawks can get on the board for a power play.
And 4-on-3 power plays are very interesting because there's a lot more space in the ice. You can have a lot more area to control, a lot more stretch passes. But it's definitely a lot more dangerous than those 5-on-4s for sure.
And I may have spoken too soon. It looks like they're going to send Alexander to the box as well. There are 2 men in the box for the Seahawks. So if these are ruled coincidental, it could be 4-on-4. Nope, it will be 4-on-3. The 3 out there for the Panthers, Egan, Cazzola, and Kennedy. And the face-off won by the Seahawks to start this power play. Moving in, a shot on and a save made by Smith. Rebound still there. Centering pass, a shot, it goes wide of the cage. 3:12 left to go in the third period. 7-0 lead for the Seahawks. That one's deflected in front. Good defensive play by Egan. And Kennedy giving a little stick check behind the play. Minute 12 left in the 4-on-3, and now it's loose, and Smith had it swallowed up, and sticking in the blade was Benedetti. And Smith did not like that at all.
And like we saw there on that Seahawks power play, there's a lot of space that the Panthers need to cover. So when they're on that 3-man defense, they got to make sure they can play very intense zone coverage down here in front of the net and help out Smith with some block shots.
1:09 left on the clock here. On the power play for the Seahawks, under 3 to play in the frame. That centering pass attempt is broken up by Kennedy. It'll be shot off the glass, and it'll go all the way back down. Kennedy does his job on the penalty kill. Under a minute left on the power play. At least the 4-on-3 portion. Then it'll turn into a 5-on-3. Egan throwing a hit. That's going to be another call against the Panthers.
It was like a few extra words from the Seahawks players to Egan as well after that play. And this is the part of the game where things get a little chippy. You know, you have a big blowout lead. You're frustrated. You're tired. And this is where things, you know, draw a lot of penalties here at the end. And we've seen this several times before in other hockey games that we've broadcast. And, you know, you just got to keep yourself composed. You know, you don't want this to carry over. You know, you want to contain that energy and just transfer into your good hockey play and not let your emotions get a hold of you.
So Egan's in the box as well. This should become a 5-on-3 power play right away. Oh, 4-on-3 still. And the face-off won by the Panthers. Macheska has Cazzola out in front of him. He'll try to throw it to Cazzola. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-3 before it becomes a 5-on-3. Cazzola putting in work in the corner to try to get the puck. And the Seahawks will contain it with 16 seconds left before release from the box will be Krosner. Pass broken up by McDonald on the Seahawks attack. Charging in is Stewart, and that shot will go off the inboard glass, and it's now a 5-on-3 for the Seahawks for the next 18 seconds. That shot blocked away by Smith with the pad, and there's 1:35 left in the third. Stewart at the blue line. His slap shot blocked in front. Puck is loose, and coming away with it is McDonald. He'll wheel around his defender, and McDonald with speed. It's now back to 5-on-5. McDonald gets a shot off. It's off the glass, and it'll be picked up by Stewart for the Seahawks. Johnson has it on his stick. 1:09 left to go. Floats back out to the neutral zone. Prine across for Padgett. Prine gets it back, tries to find Johnson. Now under a minute to go. The arm is up. This is going to be another penalty in the late stages of this game against the Panthers. And it's going to go against Dakota Johnson. It's going to be for a slash, so Johnson will spend the last 53 seconds of this game in the penalty box. Just as soon as he was released, he finds himself back in the sin bin. Seahawks lead by a touchdown. And Prine will pick it up off the face-off, throw it into the neutral zone, where the Seahawks will just play keep away. Turned over, and Prine will pick it up. Stretch pass, tries to find Escala. He'll get it to him. Henry was cherry-picking at the blue line, but Escala couldn't get it through two Seahawks, and now they'll move into the zone. That shot blocked. It won't find Smith's crease. Seahawks still moving with it. Padgett bodies off a man. Ryan Henry bodied off in the corner. Under 30 to play. Scrum in the corner. It's tied up. Puck not able to be poked free. And finally Padgett will come away with it. 10 seconds left. He'll find Escala at the red line. Moving in one last chance. He's bodied off. 5 seconds left. Padgett behind the goal line. He won't be able to contain it. And the horn sounds. That'll do it. For the first time this year, the Panthers are shut out. by the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington. Final score 7-0 here from the Wilmington Ice House, and we'll be back. Another game between these two squads tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. from right here in Wilmington, North Carolina. The final game of the calendar year for the Panthers in 2021. For Charles Crowell and everyone helping out here in Wilmington, North Carolina, I'm Graham Tuck signing off one last time. Again, final score, Seahawks 7, Panthers 0.